knowing what pain to push through, what is good pain, what is bad pain, is crucial when it comes to recovering from chronic pain. This can be a little confusing in the beginning because we initially feel like we want to avoid pain altogether. And this usually is why people don't do lunges, don't do squats, don't do stairs, don't do a lot of things, maybe don't move at all, because they experience some pain and it's an immediate stop, right? So that's not always the case. And if you live your life this way, you will always have chronic pain. I was this way as well. So it didn't happen overnight, but this is why knowledge is power, guys. When you know what pain is okay to feel, what pain's not okay to feel, it's going to allow you to better push through some things to be able to actually gain strength, gain mobility, so your body can be able to tolerate these things that you're asking it, and desensitize your nervous system. Because remember, it's on fight or flight, so it's kind of heightened at this point for no reason. It's trying to protect you, but it's doing a little bit too much. So here's a chart that I want to go over that's going to go over what you should feel, what's normal to feel, what's a hard stop, what's a green light, let's go. All right, so let's start with the hard stops. If you are feeling a sharp, stabbing, radiating pain that shoots down, numbness, tingling, anything like that, that doesn't go away after doing a couple reps or a couple sets of your exercises, that's a hard stop. It doesn't mean that we aren't going to do that exercise at all, but maybe we need to modify it a little bit. The other thing is, if you have pain that's consistent following 48 hours, that hasn't diminished at all, then maybe we need to modify a certain exercise or hold off on a certain exercise for this moment. Your body just might not be ready for it. So those are the main things that you're going to be thinking about. Any sharp stabbing, pain that's, very jarring, that consists. So that is consistent. So it persists is what I'm trying to say. That means that it literally does not change. It does not get any less during the exercise. If anything, maybe it gets more. Then that's a hard stop. The yellow is maybe that pain's a little bit more manageable. So it's elevated, but you can tolerate it. And this is going to be where the majority of the exercises are going to lie in the beginning, at least. If not, carried on as we increase the intensity of the exercises and get you, ready for higher level activities. You're going to experience pain. That is a given. We are not going to be avoiding pain completely when we're exercising and doing this program. Otherwise, we wouldn't create any change. Okay, so I need you to mentally be prepared for that, because you might feel more pain. You probably will feel more pain in the very beginning, but that pain is then going to quickly start to diminish and get less and less as you do your program consistently over the next 4, 6, 8, 12 weeks. Okay, so you're going to be in that yellow phase pretty much for the majority of the time. As you do phase 1, towards the end of phase 1, you're going to end up in the green because your body's starting to get used to it. So now pain is maybe only mildly increasing as you're doing the exercise, but quickly fades away within that same exercise or shortly after your programming or the next day. Then we're going to increase the intensity. You're going to move on to phase 2. So it's going to be a little bit harder again. So you're going to go back into that yellow phase. Totally normal. This is what's going to happen. Again, mentally preparing you for this. And then you get better at those things. You get stronger again. And we're going to go back down to the green. Lastly, phase 3, we increase the intensity again. You'll end up back in that yellow. Ultimate goal is that we get you to the green long term. So this is a good kind of chart to think about when you're doing your exercises to know, is this okay to feel? Is this not okay to feel? Think about this chart.